Alright, let's log in here. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I got my key. Only one of them? Alright, I'm gonna turn this on, I'll die. Got to tame a llama. Oh, there's so many llamas. I'm going to only tame one llama because that's all I feel like doing. I love taming the llamas. Llamas are my favorite Minecraft mob. Did you already knock me off, you little shit? Yeah, that's fucking right, you didn't. So, welcome. Oh, this is... Let me just fix this real quick. Oh god, what did I do? Okay. When I put my window in full screen, it got too big. And, so here we are. So you guys probably, if anyone's here, which I don't think there is anyone here yet, but didn't even watch me tame a llama. You guys just... So, I'm gonna do one more llama and put a carpet on him so somebody knows he's my llama. Llama, llama, llama. I like taming animals in the resource world so people can be all like, oh wow, Princess of Cave 7 was here. But yes, this is the Vulengate server, and I will actually, in a moment, show you guys the spawn area first because it's really cool. Look at this snazzy little motherfucker. But yeah, the spawn area is really cool here. We actually just got an update with it, around Halloween actually, which was super, super cool. And we all showed up one day in October and we're like, damn, this spawn looks dope. Not that it wasn't cool before, but, you know, anytime something new happens, you be like, wow, this is really cool. Didn't know what I was missing out on until I had this, you know? So, let's just teleport into spawn. So, you know, you spawn in this really cool little box here, which is awesome. And then, don't leave your fucking animals here. This is actually something that we've had a huge problem with in the past. And people can put some stuff in here. Wait, that's spruce. I want it. Give them half my oaks, maybe. Some of my oaks. Some tree saplings. That'd be nice. So, this is the community chest. People oftentimes, dump off whatever goods that they are not looking forward to having in their inventory. In there we have our NPCs over here. You get a daily reward. Come on, don't embarrass me. Get a daily reward every day. This guy you can talk to about voting or like view your vote points. I have 15 right now. I really don't think I can even buy anything. I can buy a gladiator key or some claim blocks, but I really want to save up for one of these keys. I'm really obsessed with the spooky crate that we had for Halloween and October in general. And then when you want to vote, you just /vote on here. and then it'll bring up the links and you can click them, individually vote on that. This is the daily quest guy. He'll give you a daily quest that has like, I don't know, like 4 to like 8 different tasks every day. So here we have the random teleporter hole, which we did not used to have. You would just have to type RTP every time, which wasn't a big deal, but it's still pretty cool that they put that in. So over here we have the crates, and you get different keys for different crates. Back in the old spawn, we used to have a hole underneath where you would go to the expired crates, but now you have to go to a warp for that. I have a wild key on me. So what's great about this is really cool. It goes pew, and then it gives you your thing. And then since I only have one vote crate key, I will use this one. Got 400 claim blocks. So the prizes are completely different for each one. Like with the rainbow, you can get all the keys or a rainbow tag voucher. Oh shit, wrong click. This one you can get all these different kinds of keys from the vote crate. These are fly vouchers, vote points, and then each of them has like a set of equipment that has to do with what box it is. And then you can get money from some of them in claim box, and then obviously these things from here. And then the overgrown is pretty cool. Like we still got vouchers and keys, you know, but you can get more keys. The villager happy bow trail is actually really cool. It's actually the particle effect that's coming off of this. I do have one. You can get panda morph, so you can turn into a panda, and then here's all the equipment. And then they have a squid spawner in this one, which I thought was really cool. Oh, I didn't know that we had the Lorax tag in this. That's pretty awesome. And then, fuck. You can get most of the standard animal spawners out of the wild crate, keys, wild equipment, money, claim blocks, and then different spawn eggs. And that includes villager eggs, wither skeletons, donkeys, foxes, cows. So that's a lot of different stuff that you can be getting. And then I guess, I don't know like what the goldfish looks like when you take it out of the box or the bucket, because I haven't got one. And then, you know, other random stuff in here. And then this one, it looks like it's all PvP based, like custom enchants. And then of course there's the gladiator stuff that you can get. It's really cool. And then we have leaderboards over here. Now, you know, as you can see, a lot of the same people are on all of these lists because they are very active members in our community and they've been here for a very long time. Over here we have the 2 different markets, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then this is the auction house where people can sell up to 3 items unless you have a voucher to sell more than 3 items at a time. I think there's a voucher out there for like 8 items in here at one time. And then, you know, it'll show you what you're selling and then all the stuff that you've had returned to you that didn't sell or expired for whatever reason. So I'm gonna go into the forest market just to give you guys an idea of how the markets are set up here. So every shop in all these markets are rented out by different players, and when other people's shops expire, you can eventually take up that spot if you apply for it. Now, there's some new shops in here that I haven't seen, or they've been updated since I've been here. So I'm just gonna skip on through, show you guys that there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do on this server. A lot of the users on here are friendly, especially on the yellow server, which is the one that I play. You don't have to play the yellow server. There's green, red, and blue, as well as yellow. And I mean, I would say that I'm pretty tight with a lot of people. Some of the mods are like my friends and everything, like, but it's all in good fun. I'm not gonna go through all these shops because, you know, there's a lot of them, and I kind of want to go through and show you guys the rest of the spawn and all that before I head over to my town. Here's some players hanging out. So we went all the way over there. So over here we have some more NPCs. These are for warps. So like we have all these ones that are like places that you can teleport that are made by the server owners, and then these are towns. Wait. Sorry, I was trying to see if I got approved because I applied for a town warp, and then these ones are just people that paid in-game money to have warps to their person. Let's see. They highly expanded this when they updated it. So like down here, just got a bunch of cool stuff. It's an enchanting table here that you can use. And yeah, just like there's just some cool stuff over here. Like it's not particularly special or anything, but I do like that they put in the time to add in some features that you could just explore if you are just running around in here, which, you know, I do all the time in different areas. So over here we're gonna come up on the art. Shh, don't look. So normally you would come at it from up there, and I don't know why the featured art is not showing up here, but it's not. So this is the gallery, and you can apply to have your arts displayed here. This one is one of mine. I'm gonna try and get it switched out for another one that's I just made that's really awesome. But you can apply to have your art displayed here, and people can view it and possibly buy it off you if it's really good. This is where people can advertise stuff, buying shit, or like whatever. We had an issue with this very early on when it came up, because there was people putting like fucking 12 signs, and there was no clearing mechanism, so they would just stay up there, and breaking someone else's sign is punishable. So it'd just be like that, I guess. So you can buy higher ranks from this guy. As you guys can see, I'm a captain, which means I can wear anything as a hat if I really want to. And then this guy is the cosmetics guy, and you can do all these things with commands as well, but if you don't know the commands or no one's telling you what they are, then you can go to here. This guy's gonna just teach you about brewing and all that. Yeah, so this guy is the guy where you can set your particle effects. It doesn't look like my effect is on right now. No, it is. There it is. But yeah, you can change your trails and all that. Sorry, I'm just gonna... My tag's on. I don't have any disguises. Bow trails, that's what I was looking for. I want to make sure that... Wait. So, the Happy Villager bow trail just gives you that green glitter on your bows. And that's cool. So we got an alchemist here, and I don't think he really does shit. Doesn't accept what I don't understand. What can I do that? So I have no idea how the alchemist works, because I've never worked with him. But we have an enchanting table, crafting table, anvil. There's a repairing anvil, and then also an ender chest here in case you want to pull some crap out of your shit. So down here we have a PvP arena. You'll step on the pressure plate to enter, and I don't go in here really because we have keep inventory and stuff, so it's not like when you kill the person you get their stuff or anything. And yeah, so I don't really spend any time in here, but there is also the PvP option. Now I'm gonna show you guys one more thing in spawn before I teleport to my town, which is also, it was new that they put it in after the big update on the spawn area, so that's pretty fucking cool. Pretty sure it's right here. Okay. Yeah, so it was something that they told us that we had to find as well. So it was a challenge, but if you're watching this, I guess you're in on the secret. So we have a black market, and there's nothing here right now because they only do it on the weekend, and it's Thursday. So they like, it's like an auction house, but anyone can come in here and place a bid and try to win a fucking something, whatever item it is that you're bidding on. So I'm teleporting into my town right now, and as you guys can tell probably by just being here, that I have a town in the Badlands, which is awesome. Here's my map, and I'm actually very proud of my map that it's like well marked and everything. We also do have street signs up because I understand that if you didn't build the entire town like I did, or you haven't been here for a very long time, it might be hard to navigate. And then here's just some info on contacting me. There's an ender chest here, and then this is also the community chest that you will have access to if you join my town. I have a pen full of horses. These are my personal horses that I do breeding with, and I love them. But I will take you guys through. I'll show you guys the botanical gardens first because it's actually the newest addition to my town, and I had to dig out all the sand that was around here in a very specific way because I was very specific about how I wanted this to look. And I planted my trees and put up some chairs and benches. I'm thinking of at one of these tables making like a chessboard top, like a painting that's a chessboard, to put on top of it, so you can pretend you're playing chess with your friend. So this is one of my turtle enclosures. It's not really like an enclosure, it's just to protect the eggs from drowny boys when they come around. And as you can see, this one is flourishing. I have plenty of turtles. I think there's some more over here. I love breeding animals. It's one of my favorite things to do in game. And I'm quite a fan of this little installment. It took me hours, and here's Big Bertha. I think that I'm gonna put another iron golem around somewhere, and I want her name to be Penelope because it's just a cute, big, sweet lady name. Here you can see I have some dogs and cats just chilling because that's how I be. So I am first gonna take you to where you would normally go when you first like come around. I would assume or hope that people would read my sign up there and be like, oh, I should go check out the rules in town hall first. And let's just go back for a second and admire the handiwork on my church. This was the first building that was constructed in my town. Now, I'm going to show that to you before we go up because I feel like since it's a historical monument and also the first built, that it's pretty important for you guys to see. Now, here is where we would do like ritualistic sacrifices, which is something that I do ask that people give when they move into my town, but I don't need it all the time. And honestly, if you ain't right with the gods, then that's your problem, I guess. So, the first building ever constructed in town. It's one of my favorites because of that, because I felt like having a spiritual foundation for my town would be really cool. This tower leads to more parts of the town. It leads to the other side of town, basically, like what's down there. But here's the town hall. This took forever to build. And I have my safe place poster up here, and then my rules. Obviously following the server rules. You can build. I want people to build their graves because my whole gimmick here is to have something fun and playful for the people that would be moving in or living here. So I want it to be like, we're all ghosts. That's why it's called Ghost Town. And then obviously don't build or take down anything without consent. And make your sacrifices at the church and then contact me if you want to join. So another thing that I really wanted to do here was make it seem like a very safe space for people, because like you can say you're a safe place all you want. But if people don't feel welcomed by your decor, like, that's just your problem. So I have this flag that I painted, and I made the lesbian flag over here. My fiance / game wife bought this for me. And this is another art that I'm going to try and get put up in the art thing. But I have the rainbow flag. Well, that's as close as I'm getting with the limited designs, but I have the pan, the bi, and the trans flag up as of right now. I am working on making more flags, but it's really difficult. Like, it took me 2 hours to get this one right, and then these two were just easy, but this one took me like a whole hour as well. Now, the rooms are mostly empty because I just finished building, and don't at me, okay? Also, here is where my wife and I are buried. I made the signs, and you know, I had to drag myself a little bit because what's millennial humor? I think this is just a little patio that my wife put in. And you can see over... Oh, no! Well, you can see over this. You guys are going to get a little sneak preview at stuff on accident, but it's fine. So, I'm on the other side of town that I was showing you guys before. But this tower leads all the way back up to the castle, so I can just go back there and pick up where I fell off. But, yeah, she built this balcony over here, and you can just kind of... Oh, no, I keep forgetting I have a jump boost. You can see over the area that's currently in development. This is going to become more residential very soon, because I only have 3 plots, I think, left on the other side. I have a bed in here just because I was working on this castle for a month. At least a month. I was working on this castle. But yeah, so we go up here and there's more floors. I set up a dining hall in here. I should have used a different color of wood. I do know that. I didn't even put my seats in. What's wrong with me? I know that I should have used a different color, but I went through and did it, and then I was too tired to goddamn do anything else. So up here, these are gonna be mine and my wife's towers. I told her that she needs to finish this one, but I did build her a schnazzy balcony, and she built this over here, which is pretty fucking dope as well. I gave her a lot of windows, but shit, I didn't realize that that wasn't the ladder, but okay. Yeah, so this will be my area over here. I bought this art off of someone. I got my easel and stuff, so I can paint and then set up a space there. Up here is my porn room. I can't show you guys what's in here, but I want to fucking, I don't know what's going on with this. Why is there a little hangy boy, you know? Yeah, but I do keep my non-safe for work art up there. And the only person that can open that trapdoor is me and my wife. So, you know, it's safe. Even though I do have a glass ceiling up there, if someone is this high up and is flying over my castle, what they see through my ceiling is their fault. I do understand that that's probably not a very good way to do it because there's minors here, but again, if they are flying over my castle and looking down into it, and they just see my giant porn wall, that I don't take any further responsibility for that. So we've got this tower here. You can't really see out of it, but that's not the point. It looks cool. I don't expect anyone to actually be trying to fuck with my castle. And yeah, so this is Town Hall. And you know what? I really... I only built this castle because my wife asked me to. And, yeah. My wife wanted a castle, and I said, I love you, so you can have a castle. But I really didn't want to buy it. My wife also built this staircase and everything, because I just kind of went up on the hill and started doing my thing. And this beautiful architecture, as well as the gate arch. She also designed the town logo flags. So over here we have our farms. I have multiple colors of sheep, and my master farmer is in here because he's a fucking idiot. He was on my farm and fucking up my farm, and then I accidentally let him out, and that's now he lives there. So I just recently made this farm bigger. It used to be only half this size, so like about here it used to only be, and that was not enough food for me to be producing. I've got my 2 composters and then a fucking chest full of stuff. So over here, this was just a chicken coop and it was only like this far out. But when I put the llamas and the cows in, I decided to open up the enclosure so all of my animals could be chilling together and become friends. As you may have noticed, I have a fucking llamas with carpet problem. I don't want to stop, so just fight me. I needed to put some light green carpet on one of those because the light green is actually my favorite. I've been ignoring my own directional signs because I know where I'm going, but as you can see, there's some spread out over town. We have a mine here, and our nether portal is just down there, and we have it set up so you can pew down into the mines without using the stairs, but if you want to take the stairs, that's fine. My wife built this this automatic chicken killing machine, and how it works is when you're nearby, it's going to spawn chickens with the chicken spawner in here. And then it's on a clock, I believe, of some sort, where it just lets the water go. And it brings them down into the magma blocks where they die. But I had a friend visiting from another town, and they commented that watching this was slightly hypnotic. And they're not wrong, because, like, wow, isn't that satisfying? I don't know why there's no chickens spawning right now. Maybe we're full up. Yeah, so we got tons of chicken and tons of feathers. So here we have Princess's Fantastic Cat Shop, and then there's little cat face. And it is a giant Cheshire cat. My wife was extremely against a giant cat head for my shop. But I told her, listen, I'm doing it. It's my town. So this is my cat shop. We've got some cats here. And sorry about that call that I was getting. We got some cats here, and on each floor there's different pricing. So any cats on this floor are 1,000 unless you do a random breed, which is you take 2 different kinds of cats on this floor, choose which 2 you want me to breed them between, and then I will give you a discount. On this floor, these ones are a different price because I find that these cats are more desirable. Not like more desirable, but less common. And then up here I have my rares, which are the blacks and the calicos. Also, ironically, that those are the cats that I have in real life. I have a black cat and a calico. So obviously they would be my favorite. With this, like, if you wanted to buy a cat from me, you could just, like, message me if I'm not on. And if you wanted to buy a cat while I was on, obviously that could just be arranged. And then they'd send me the money. I made a daisy circle here because I thought it would be charming to have a little fairy circle. And this is our super smelter. My wife built this, and you can just go up here. You can go up here, and this is where you put what you want smelted. So let's say I want this smelted. Fine. And then you put, like, resources for the fuel down there, and it will run it through the stoves, furnaces, and spit it out. So that's always awesome because, you know, instead of having to stand by your furnaces and wait for all the shit to come out, you can just toss the shit in the super smelter, walk away, go say hi to your horses. These are the horses that I have for sale. You know, as I breed them, some of them come out identical to other horses that I have, or whatever the case. But yeah, I have horses for sale here. This is my specialty shop. Now, I'm quite proud of this build because it took me a really long time to, one, harvest all of the mushroom flesh to make this, but also it was very difficult to make the shapes correctly. And I sell mushroom and mesa goods in here mostly, and then I have blaze rods because we have a spawner downstairs. So I have a mushroom cave as well. I kind of fucked up my wife's redstone over there because I was trying to make it tall enough so I could have tall mushrooms in here. Anyway, so I'm gonna go out the back door because this is where the shops continue. Also, I do have a rental space for a shop here. The people can build as high as they want. This is just the area that I cleared out for the space. It would be between these fence posts what the people would have use over. So that's something cool, that even if you don't want to live in my town, you could rent out a store space, shop plots. So my tavern is in fact my favorite building that I have built in my entire town. Now, I know that it's like simple and dumb, but I really like that it's like whimsical. I like the flowers that I planted right in front of here. And we used to have a shop chicken, and he unfortunately died in a freak accident because for some reason they decided that they were going to make mobs able to climb ladders. And yeah, Bernard was downstairs, and then he came up here and fell into the fire. Now, I really liked this in my build because I just felt like it gave you this really cool feel. Plus, there's the fire crackling in the background, and that's always cool. So, you know, obviously I'm selling alcohol here, and I've been pretty fucking satisfied with my brewing. I've got a whole setup down here, and my infinite water source, my barrels. Let's see. Oh, shit. Sweet apple mead, bitch! That's a new product to put on the shelves. Got beer. Oh, thank God this came out to be regular beer. Except for these ones. They came out fine. Do I have chests on me? That's the question. So, yeah, I've been really into brewing lately. And, it's just fun. Like, challenging yourself to do things that you have not done before is just, it's nice. I like that Minecraft has so many things that you can do to challenge yourself, because some games will be like, well, once you're an expert, you fucking don't have anything else to learn. And, you know, I mean, I like to be able to keep making more things and, like, learning new stuff. So I'm just making a new shop box. This is something that you can do anywhere in the world. And, put the number that you're selling for. And now golden mead was kind of a lot of work. Hold on, let me just take a moment to go off of what everything else I have costs, because I think that I'm going 40 on this because it was okay. How do I fucked up? Okay, so do shop $40, and then sell. Okay, and then you take the item and click on it, and then you just load up. If you've played on other servers before, you might be familiar with a similar way of doing these things. But the sweet apple med was really hard to make, and I almost fucked it up a couple of times. So I really want to put those on the shelf. And then I'll check my inventory real quick on making sure that, ooh, someone stole, or someone bought most of my spicy rum and my regular beer. Alright, I've got some work to do at some point, but that's for later. So, you know, I have 3 more shop plots available over here, and then this will be secondary residential. A resident in my town, I consulted with them on where I should put the new residential, because there is more space in the current residential area, but you know, I like having input and support and good ideas from other people that I cohabitate with, I guess. So over here we're gonna eat something real fucking quick because I've been running around so much. Alright. So, from here, we're going to go over to residential and stop in by the cemetery. I don't know how a horse got in here, but alright. I made these big old mushroomy boys. I liked the idea of having a partially mushroom cemetery because because I liked the way it looked on the map, but also because fucking mushrooms eat decay and also help break things down. So I felt that it was fitting to have it here. So this is part of the residential, and we have Apicanians. I don't know what his name is, but I actually built this house. It was prefabricated and sold it to a user that is actually, you know, very active, and he doesn't really live here, obviously, but it was still very nice of him to buy my prefabricated house. And here, I believe this is Harana's house that she built. It's really fucking nice. You know what, one of my favorite things also is like seeing other people's builds and appreciating their style as opposed to my own. So I really like the diversity in my town based on builds is like, it's really diverse. So this is Skywalker 32's house, and the reason that I really liked that Skywalker wanted to to live in my town was that when I first started on this server, her town was the first town that I lived in. It was the first town that I had a house in, and then we have this big old plot here. We're gonna have a path go around up over the back and then to the other part of residential as well. And then here's my other, this was my first turtle enclosure that 64 Star helped me build. He actually asked if he could put turtles in, and then I have a dock here. You can't see all of them now, but like there's fuckloads of turtles in this huge bay that I have because I think that it connects to the ocean. So over here, we're gonna go around the way that I intended for people to walk around. So I like that this connects over here. And then I built this bridge a long time ago. And here's another house. I forget who lives here. I honestly do. Oh, Trip Dope. I sold Trip Dope this cat. And also he bought the plot behind him because his house, he wanted to make it like 1 block longer than the allowed amount for the plot that I sold him originally. And he hasn't developed the land behind his home at all, which I'm not salty about because he did pay me for it. But his house stopped here. Or no, his house stopped here. And I think that he wanted to make an overhang on his roof, but then didn't. I don't know. Whatever. And then this is Ellie's Ash's house. She has a pretty simple but very nice style of building as well. And I actually will show you guys the mines last because she helped out on that. She majorly improved them and like did some renovations to make it look really cool down there. And I'm very thankful that she is super enthusiastic and wants to help out with the town. That's I just like having people involved, and that's why I originally wanted a town, was because I wanted to involve people in like the building process and a community, and that's something that I wanted from my people. So it was really cool to have her help with renovations down there, because it was just, I know how to make a very effective strip mine, but like I don't know about like making things super hyper detailed. So this is 64 Stars home. He's got like a very classic boxy look going on, which is awesome. I really, you know, I love everybody's style, and you know, it's very simple in here, but you know, he has everything he needs, and I think that's what's important. So shit, who moved in here? I had two people move in at the same time, so it's really hard for me to remember. Regardless, I don't know who lives here right now because they didn't put a sign on their house, and I suck at remembering usernames. But they have Frank living in here, and oh, an Endy boy. Hi, spooky roomie. He's back. And then I guess they just have a dark hole under their house. Haven't been in here in a while, but they actually constructed their house very quickly as well, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, because I'm a slow builder. And then this is Bean's Adventures house. I really love the style of this. I think that it's like, you know, since it was such a small plot to begin with, because as you can see, their land only goes this far. I really love what they were able to do with the space. The detailing is just extraordinary. Like, I would not be able to make something this cool and detailed in such a small area, but that's why I think that she bought the small plot, was because she knew that she could make something really effective and simple, but still functional for her needs of living in my town. So over here, I started working my way over. I put turtles in this bay as well, because why wouldn't I? And as you guys can see, I light up my water so I don't get drowny boys. I really do love drowned. I think that they're cute and I love them, and I just want to kiss their stupid little drowned faces. But I don't want them to hurt my turtles or my townspeople. So here we're gonna have an art district. We're gonna have a gallery, a museum, and an aquarium. And I was thinking that one of them was gonna be like artistically hanging off this cliff. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know what exactly the plan is, but also in this bay, there used to be a tiny piece of a shipwreck right here that was completely untouched when I got here. God damn it, this fucking idiot. Again. But yeah, over here used to be a shipwreck. He won't do it. He's just stuck there. But I took it apart, and I'm thinking that maybe over here or farther this way, because I claimed all the land all the way to that torch, all the way over there. So that's how far my claim goes. And so I have a lot to work with, but I think that I want to like make some ships, some boats that will also function as other things, like maybe art installations, or like maybe I could put some monster spawners in there or something. Just something cool. Like, I'm all for building things just for the aesthetics, but I do like some of them to be functional as well. And I think that if I make some ships, that they'll be chill to have around. So we're gonna go show you guys the mines, because Ellie Zash actually did an amazing job, and I feel like she should get some recognition for the work that she put into my town without me even asking her. It's just something that I really appreciate. I like when people want to help out and give me ideas to improve the town. So it took me forever to make this fucking rail. Because, as you may know, with Minecraft, it does this thing where you can't have the activated rails do any turning. So this was just a fucking shithole before. Like, it was obviously at this level 13, which is diamond level, and then I just had like a double chest, 2 furnaces, and a crafting table just like sitting in this area. But she really went above and beyond to make this look like something that's like just really fucking cool. And, you know, if I were to choose somewhere to mine, I would probably pick this place to go and dig for ores and shit. But yeah, she did a freaking awesome job making this seem like a more homey place to go and mine and stuff. I broke something down here on no, you, I'm so stupid. Okay. So the only bad thing about the new pick that I just got is I'm not used to it auto mining things. It's very what's the word? It's just like, I don't know. It's extra. It's really extra. Why is this not lined up with this? I need like one more redstone torch to light up. Wait. Yeah. To light up this other son of a bitch here. So, taking the stairs. But it's fine because I'm a spoiled brat that has super fast and high jumpy boots. Oh, the problem that I'm facing down there is I need to just put another button in because I'm a dummy. But, yeah, this is what I've been working on for a couple of months. And I just kind of felt like maybe somebody would want to see me go through. And here's the, that's the banner that my fiance / wife made. And soon I think that we're going to put in a villager farm at some point. But I think that the next big project that I'm working on in town is, for one, working on developing more space into the new residential area behind the castle. But also, I started gathering resources to, what's that called? To build the aquarium. Like, I have a ton of coral. Oh, I actually didn't show you guys the tower at all besides when I was climbing up it, so we can do that real quick. We have a magnificent storage system that my wife built, and I fucked up their redstone, but, you know, it's organized enough. They have, like, all the signs up. We got our shulkers here, and like, it's just so beautifully built. My wife is an amazing builder. So, we have a sugarcane farm that I fucking broke. There's a cane farm back here somewhere. I don't know how she did it, but she did. And then this will close. So, it'll just be a wall of glowstone when it's working. But I fucking broke it. There was a lever in here, and then, like, I busted out a lever and one piece of redstone, like a goddamn fool. Is this another hole? That's sus. But I also made this Rasta flag kind of on accident when I was trying to make the fucking rainbow flag, which now I realize that I could... No, I can't do anything with it to make it different. But we have this wonderful storage system gifted to me by my wife, because she's great. And then this here, I'm sure you saw the door in the church. This door just leads in here, so if you're going to the church and you just want to go up the tower instead of up the stairs, or you need to enchant something, or I can change my beacon. Let's see, what do we got going? Why is the primary and secondary power strength? Like, I just... What? Speeb. Wait. Speeb. Let me make the beacon bigger. Anyway. So, then up here we have our enchanting table, and I believe that my wife told me that this is the maximum amount of bookcases, so it's the highest level enchantment table that you can have. And then, you know, just some empty rooms, which could be utilized later or just left alone. Who fucking cares? And then up here you have a nice little lookout tower, and you can see most of the town from here. Besides, of course, everything that's behind the castle, but you can see that from inside the castle. So I hope you guys enjoyed viewing my town with me, and maybe you'll consider joining in the future. And yeah, so thanks a lot, everyone.